sense, yeah. So if we were looking at a more self-defense type situation, I hope this will show up on the video. The distances aren't brilliant, guys, so just bear with me. Okay, let's say, for example, we were in a position a little bit like this type of entry, and I'm going to get you to do a kind of park-style entry onto it. Okay, great. So when you do that again, please. Okay, so typically we would block, and I'll try and do a return technique. So if you do that a little bit more slowly, so at this point, I can take your incoming force, enter it, you continue to push, okay, and I can send you back. Yeah, and it's exactly the same thing. I've just tried to take your force, take it into the ground in the structure, and disconnect you from coming in. Yeah. So at that point, for me, I'm not interested in sending you flying across the room because I've already disconnected you. I can add force to that, either through my momentum and then issuing force through momentum, or by sinking and issuing, or just brute force. But once I've disconnected you, really, that's the key thing, yeah, because you can't do anything else from that point. Okay, so if we're in a position and you start to come around again, I can take you much earlier than that. Okay. Now I didn't do the same thing that time. It feels like, what did it feel like to you?
Much quicker, and I had less ability to react.
Okay. So what happened was I didn't let you even start your process. Okay. What happens is that when you start to move, you're lost. Yeah. So the reason is because when you're a beginner, you're not a beginner anymore, but in relation to me your level is lower, you use more muscular force to make a movement than I do. I let go more when I move than you do. Okay, that means not holding the force in the air. Okay, so you contract your muscles to move your limbs. Okay, so when we're in this position here, and let's say we apply pressure, so we're in a kind of locked state. Okay, and you go to move to your side. Okay, do that 7 go to the side. Okay, so the reason that you lose your root, okay, is because to move to the side, move please. Okay, to move to the side, you have to contract these muscles here. This is your intention to shift your weight to that side. As soon as you do that, I can enter that space with my relaxed expanding structure, and you'll go out. Okay, so that's different. Once you've got to the side and you start to park so in, I take the force and I can issue onto you. Yeah, different process. I can just take you up because your structure isn't able to let go in motion or with intention, or I can take your force and I can issue it out. I could do something slightly different again. If we do it a little slower so I can make it work, if you move to the side and do the same movement, you start to pop so in, try and issue your force. Okay, so that's different again.
Yeah.
So you can't, what did you feel like?
I didn't feel like I could issue any force at that point. I didn't feel like I had something to push with.
Okay. But you did in the end.
Like if I leaned,
yeah.
by leaning and really trying, I was able to do something.
Now the reason that it's hard for you is you have to overcome your instinct not to throw yourself across the room, because it's like you're on ice skates on a frictionless surface. Basically, you think, well, when I move, I'm gone. So we've got 3 processes that I can utilise. Okay, there probably is a 4th one, but I just want to send you flying past the room. Okay, so the first one, we're here. You start to move. As soon as you start to move, you've disconnected from the root. Second one I was showing you, you go across, you start to enter, I sink it, and I can return the force to you. Okay, that's just really a level 2 type process. I'm just more stable, and I'm just issuing the force. I'm just expanding the force back out again by relaxing through to the ground. Little bits of type 1 process in there as well, which I'll have to explain another time. Okay. The third thing I was doing, you move across, you enter, and really try to enter your force. Push, 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 push hard. Yeah. Good. Okay, thank you. You alright?
Yep.
Okay. So you're obviously, it's hard to do it, but even with that, you move twice as far because you had more commitment to entering your force. I'm just stable. I'm just disconnecting you, and then it's a question of what I do with that force. Okay. I could, if I wanted to, I won't do it too strongly. As you try and do the same thing again, I could add, you shoot, okay, You alright, Matt?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's hard for you to maintain it. Okay.
Yeah, I really had to pull back.
Yeah,
so
pull
I
back.
felt like I was very
You're about to go. Yeah. So and I didn't stay connected with you as I issued with you because partly because I didn't want to throw you from hospital room, partly because actually I'm not used to kind of issuing that force like that because I tend to hold it back slightly. So I totally took your force into the ground and I started to enter with a sinking and returning, and that's disconnected your body, all your forces just disappear.
And at that point I really tried to withdraw.
So you tried to relax your structure. Okay, so what happens when you relax your structure? If we're pushing, we'll do like we were doing before. Let's say you're pushing with more of a level 1 within the type 2 process. That means you're letting your body disconnect, more like a noodling. Okay, so when you press here and you feel the force, you just noodle off. Okay, so here actually I can't return the force to you because your structure is broken. Okay, so if we do that again, you push, or so I follow into you, you noodle. Your structure is broken. Now it looks like it's working, but all I have to do is to move to level 2 and you'll go out. Okay, it's quite simple. If we do the same thing again from here and you try to relax your, that's it. And as soon as I move to level 2, you don't go out straight away. I have to, let's say you relax and you use your internal strength. Don't move. It's only when I go past your point of sinking that you'll go out. Yeah. If you have a noodly structure here and you're trying to relax your body and free, then as soon as I use my internal frame and relax the external structure, you will tend to become disconnected or quite quickly. Your only ability not to become disconnected really is to be relaxing your internal frame yourself. So what happens then is it's only when you move and you disconnect, or as I'm coming in, once I've sunk lower than you, then you'll go out. Anyway, that's probably a discussion for another time. I wanted to show the force. Was that okay? Thank you.